back to Elemental Yoga. Today we're working on relieving that low back pain. Always remember before we begin to read that description below for any sort of reminders, modifications, and explanations that may be helpful for every sequence. For today's sequence, we only need one prop, and that's a bolster or any sort of pillow or cushioning. This will just be towards the end of the sequence, so just make sure for now you can just toss it to any side of your yoga mat. Last thing before we begin, if you do prefer legs up the wall as your final resting pose, I don't have an empty wall that I can use, so just to quickly explain how to get into that if you do prefer it and you do have a wall to use. You want to just simply pretend I got this wall behind me, scoot right up sideways against the wall. You're going to end up leaning backwards onto that tailbone, lift the feet up, and then twist your body towards the wall, straightening the legs as you do so, and leaning back. Again, legs up the wall, arms out nice. To come out of that, you would just bend the knees, roll to one side, and lift your way back up. So it's as simple as that, and you could choose to take that as the final resting pose if you do have a wall near you. So for our opening meditation today, we're going to start laying on our backs. So come down nice and flat on the mat, on your back, legs straight, arms down by your sides with the palms up so that way our shoulders rotate open. With a few gentle blinks, let the eyes softly close, and just take a moment to follow your natural breath. Give yourself the chance to be aware of where the breath is at, if it's rapid, or maybe it's really shallow. And if you do need a bit of help slowing that breath down, just begin to take those nice long inhales, long exhales. Still feeling on every inhale. As you become more light and more calm, be aware of the body. Feel the stomach lifting, the chest rising, and how the body falls with the breath. We focus on the breath because it's our one constant. It keeps us in the present moment, it brings us to the here and now. So we just want to follow that breath to begin our relaxation, and to really be aware of this moment, here where we are on our mat. As you take your next few breaths, give your body a quick scan from head to toe, becoming aware of every muscle, every joint, any injuries or soreness that you may have. And that way you can respect that throughout your entire practice, taking any modifications that you may need. Take one more deep inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. Gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. A few gentle blinks, let the eyes open back up. And we're going to start by bringing that right knee up to the chest, hug it nice and tight. Even try to bring that right knee towards the outside of the body and pull it down a little bit further as if you're trying to pull it towards that right underarm. And then straighten the leg back up, bring the left knee to the chest, hug it nice and tight. And then again, start to bring that left knee outside of the body as if you're trying to hug the knee even tighter towards that left underarm. And begin to straighten that leg back out, reach the arms up over the head, take a nice long body stretch with a deep breath. And then bring the knees towards the chest, roll to one side, and just use those hands to help lift your way back up to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. As we inhale, you're going to reach that right arm all the way up, and exhale as you reach it over to the left side. You can place that left hand on the mat beside you as well and bend the elbow as much as you may need. Gaze to the ceiling. Really make sure that you're feeling that right hip sinking down towards the mat as you reach the left letting that side body open up. Feel the stretch deep into that hip. Still be following your breath. Keep those shoulders relaxed. And then lifting yourself back up, come to center. Next inhale, reach that left arm up. Exhale, reach it over to the right. Gaze back to the ceiling, shoulders relaxed away from the ears. This time feeling that left hip sinking down towards the mat as you reach over to that right side. From here, we're going to take that left hand and bring it down beside the right knee as you turn your chest towards that knee as well, the right knee. Lowering that chest down a little bit, getting just a very gentle twist and deeper stretch into that low back. One nice deep breath. And then simply walk your hands to the center and over to that left side. This time now our chest is resting over that left knee. Try to lower it down a little bit more. And then walk those hands back to center and lift yourself back up. From here, we're gonna swing our knees to one side so we can lift up to a neutral tabletop, keeping your wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. On your next inhale, sink that stomach down towards the mat, tilt the head and pelvis up. And exhale, reach high with that mid-back, tuck the head and pelvis under. Inhale, sink, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And exhale, reach high with that mid-back, pushing those shoulder blades apart. And continue with a few more as you inhale and sink. Start to feel the spine getting a little bit more mobile, some of the muscles in your back warming up and loosening up. And after your next natural exhale, come back to your neutral tabletop. From here, lift up on those knees, tuck the chin to the chest, and hunch that upper back just a little bit as you hang the arms. This may be enough, but if you are a little bit more flexible and you need a bit of a deeper stretch, hunch that upper to mid back a little bit more. Again, you can always just hang here or begin to sway a little bit side to side. Feel that deeper stretch toward that low back into your hips. Just a few breaths here. And then coming back to center, roll your way up. Come back down to that neutral tabletop. Open up the knees and we're going to sit back on the heels and reach those arms forwards for child's pose. Bring that forehead to the mat. Making sure that here in child's pose, we do want to keep this pose a little bit active. We do that by making sure that our shoulder blades are sinking down the back as the crown of our head reaches forward. This will really help lengthen the spine. And just a few more breaths here. And then begin to start to lift yourself back up. We're going to bring our knees to one side of the mat, drop that weight and just swing those feet around. And we're going to come down onto our back, hug the knees nice and tight to the chest, squeeze them tight, and then scoot your butt a little bit to the right and allow those knees to drop to the left for a deeper twist. Open the arms out to the sides, making sure that you try to feel that right shoulder sinking down towards the mat as your knees hang to the left. If this is a little bit too deep, you can simply just push the knees away from the chest, or you can toss that pillow or bolster underneath the knees to keep them lifted. If you want to deepen the twist for yourself, bring the knees towards the chest, tightening it up a bit, and you can even use that left hand on top of the knees and help pull them down. Just be aware of where the breath is at right now. We know it's not going to be nice and deep, but we can still keep the breath smooth and slow. We don't need to give in to the rapid breathing here. With every breath, feel your body beginning to relax even more. We want to let those muscles just sink into this twist. You can always feel free to already close your eyes if you want. And then gently start to lift those knees back up. Scoot your butt this time a little bit over to the left and let those knees drop all the way to the right, opening the arms back up and adjusting or modifying to the twist that works best. This time remembering to feel that left shoulder sinking down towards the mat while your knees are hanging to the right. Still be aware of that nice slow but short breath. Feel every inhale that you take almost tightening the twist a little bit since you're taking breath in, and every exhale as you release the air, it creates space, and you might find that you sink just a little bit further or relax that little bit more into the pose. Feel all toxins, all tension being released from along the back and along the spine. And then begin to lift those knees back up to the center. Scoot yourself so you're just centered to your mat. Hug the knees nice and tight and try to bring the forehead towards the knees, curling up to that tight, tiny little ball to help neutralize the spine. And then relax the neck, and from here, we're going to straighten those legs out, arms back down by our sides for Shavasana, that final resting pose, where you can again take legs up the wall, or you can grab that bolster or pillow and slide it underneath the knees, helping to ease any extra pain in the low back if you're getting that while laying flat. Once your hands are by your sides with the palms up, feel the shoulder blades tucked underneath the body. Take a moment, make sure your ankles are relaxed, feet just let them hang. Allow the eyes to softly close. Take a few more nice deep breaths before returning to the natural breath. Try not to focus on any one particular thought, just allow them to float right by. Let the thoughts flow by as easily as they may pop up. Don't label any thoughts good or bad, negative or positive. Just allow your mind, your body to be. Every inhale, feeling more light and more calm. And every exhale, allow yourself to ground into that mat below. Few more breaths. Know that your mind, your body is releasing any tension, any pressure or heaviness still within you. Breathe it out. If you do have legs up the wall, slowly start to come down from that. And if you're laying on your back, begin to bring the knees to the chest. Allow yourself to roll to one side, still trying to keep the eyes closed, and use your hands to lift your way back up to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Have your palms up over your knees, feel the tailbone tucked under slightly, chest a little puffed, shoulders relaxed and sitting tall, reaching through the crown of that head. Begin to exhale all remaining air. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and sigh through the mouth. Bring your hands together at heart center. A few gentle blinks, allow the eyes to open up. Namaste.